Caitlin, and this is the second part of Monster High week. I've decided it's a week. I don't know if I said it in the last video. It's gonna be a week. All 3 videos this week. I am sorry. To everyone who hates Monster High, I am sorry. But to everyone who like me and loves Monster High, welcome. But anyway, so this is gonna be. I showed off most of my vinyls in the last episode. So this is gonna be everything else I have. That is Monster High themed. Now, mostly. I have a handful of Christmas ornaments, actually, and they're in storage with the Christmas stuff. And I also own, I believe, I'm pretty certain I own every set of the Monster High Mega Blocks, the actual, like, play sets. They had a bunch of just the standard or standalone figures that you could buy separately. I had a couple of those. They're in storage, too. But, or no, I think I actually donated the packed ones. But all the sets are in storage, because I don't have the room to display them, unfortunately. And I also have a 17-inch Frankie doll and a 28-inch Skeleta doll, because why not? But other than that, other than those things, everything else I have is readily available that I can get. So the ones that most people are probably familiar with by now are the Monster High Funko Pops. I show these off as much as I can, because, again, I love this series. I don't care. I wish there were more. And the person who suggested I do this did, I think I mentioned it in that last video, mentioned the idea of doing a Monster High custom. It's on the list. It'll happen eventually, and I'm sorry that the screen is, like, tilted. I need to find a way to figure out how I can fix it so it's, like, straight, but whatever. But anyway, it's on the list. It's gonna happen eventually. It's not gonna happen this week. Not gonna happen this week. But it may happen eventually. But Funko did make 6 Monster High characters, including the 5 main ghouls and Ghoulia. I don't know why. It seems though every time they make 6, instead of making like Ghoulia, they make Ghoulia. Which, I don't have a problem with Ghoulia. I really don't. I just don't understand why she gets so much attention when Ghoulia doesn't. And if you guys haven't seen this before, I bought this off of eBay, and for some reason, her box has this sticky, it's like a sticker was on there. Like a huge sticker was just covering half the bottom of this thing. So I actually put this on here. It's just an old paper towel. I just keep it so it doesn't stick to other pops. I need to get a new Ghoulia. That's what I need to do. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and get the pops out of the way because, you know, again, I've talked about those a lot before, and people know that I have them. People know I'm obsessed with them. There you go. But I never did find that Ghoulia in Walmart. It's a Walmart exclusive, but I never did find it. So the rest of the vinyls that I have in my collection, I have the Nephra Denial. That was SDCC. Does it have a year on it? I want to say it was 2014. But there's no year, so I can't, there's no year printed on it at all. But this was released for the Boo York movie, which was the musical movie. All the Monster High movies had like songs to go with it, but this one was the full outright musical. The box is a little bit damaged, and it's fully my fault because I dropped it. But Nephra is Cleo's older, more bitchy sister. She's if the original Monster High series had a villain, it was probably Nephra. Like a true villain that lasted like throughout the series, it was Nephra. So we got the evil one here. I do like her makeup and her print, and if her hair is just this beautiful, beautiful, like pearlescent, like just beautiful. I mean, this is a gorgeous figure. I almost, every time I look at it, I almost want to take it out, but I don't. I don't. And she's holding the crystal that is, in the movie, it's pretty essential. So this is very freaking cool. Obviously, you know, Monster High was very, it was very popular in SDCC every year when Monster High was around. The dolls especially. They were so many amazing Monster High dolls that came from SDCC, and they were just gorgeous. And this vinyl figure definitely goes along with them because, again, it's gorgeous. The other vinyls I have are the pets. So they made 4 of the pets, Each of the ghouls had a pet, and or at least the main one. Well, pretty sure they made all of them have pets, but the only ones we really saw were the main ones. So we have Watsit, which was Frankie's pet. I think, if I remember correctly, there was like a little summary about him on the Monster High website that was like he doesn't like to be called a dog because he's made up of different parts of multiple animals, that he just happens to look like a dog. I don't know. But Watsit is Frankie's pet, so we're just gonna say pet. He's got wings, so he's not a normal dog if he's got wings, that's for sure. Plus he's made up. So I guess he's made of, he's got fangs too, so maybe like dog, bird, bat, I don't know. But it's really freaking cool. Now the printing on here, you can't tell it on the camera, but the printing on the stitches around his eye, they are a little bit off. But other than that, it's okay. It's really cool. And he has a spike mohawk going across his head too, which is adorable. So Sir Hoots-a-Lot was Ghoulia's pet, and this is the box that is the most damaged. I don't know really how it happened. I just noticed that it was like super damaged one day. I guess it just took a couple new drops when we were moving. I don't know. But anyway, Ghoulia's Sir Hoots-a-Lot, who is an owl, obviously. The stupidest name ever, but it's cute at the same time. So, and then Crescent, which was Claudine's cat. Yes, the werewolf had a pet cat. I love it. This is the most gorgeous little cat ever. I mean, come on. Those eyes, they're piercing. I love it. And finally, we have Count Fabulous, which was Draculara's bat. Now, this is a boy bat, but she put a little bow on its head that, you know, and a little, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's a little heart shirt, too. So, I don't know if he really likes that, judging from the look on his face. I would say no. There's nothing wrong with boys wearing bows and wearing hearts, but it is if they don't like it. Oh, it's cute. And in the reboot, she actually had a spider, a pet spider. I can't remember its name, but Count Fabulous was the first one. And like the others, I didn't show it really, but like the others, they have doodles all around the sides. You can see pictures of their owner on that side. So, okay, so that's it for the vinyls. And all of these are on display somewhere on my shelves and stuff all the time because I love it. So the main thing with Monster High was definitely the dolls. The fashion dolls. The dolls, Mattel knocked it out of the park with these dolls, for real. I wasn't a huge collector of them. I wish I had been, honestly. Not just for value, but just because these things were so artistic. It's something that was mass-produced, but they were so freaking artistic. Most toy brands, if they're making a fashion doll, like say Bratz, for instance, which were made by MGA, and Barbie's the same thing, that was also made by Mattel, like Monster High's Mattel. But the Bratz dolls, every single girl had the exact same mold. The body, the head, everything was the exact same mold. And they just painted it different to look like each of the 4 main girls than, you know, all the other extra girls that came out after that. And again, Barbie's done the same thing. Before the Fashionista Barbies came out with all the new body types and stuff, they were all the same exact body shape, all the exact same head mold. They were just differently painted. With Monster High, they took the images, the illustrations of the characters, and molded each doll to look like the character. So Frankie's head sculpt was different from Laguna's, Cleo's was different from Draculara's, and it was so incredible. Most times, if you look up doll customizing here on YouTube or Instagram or wherever, a lot of the times you'll find them using Monster High dolls, or at very least the Monster High heads, because they're just so much more distinct than any other doll brand, really, that's ever been. They knocked it out. I mean, even the later ones that came after or during the reboot, the quality definitely went down during that time, but it was still amazing. It was still different, and compared to others, it was still really cool. It wasn't nearly as good as the other ones, that's why everyone was bitching about them, but the older ones, but it was still good compared to other brands. And plus, not just the sculpting and the paint and all that, but even the clothes. The quality of the clothes were incredible on these dolls. Most of them had full-on patterns going all the way around. Most dolls will only have it going like on the front of an outfit. If they're, like, say they're wearing a dress, the back of the dress will be like a solid color, and then the pattern will be on the front. And Monster High again did go to that during the cheaper doll, when they were doing the cheaper dolls or the rebooted dolls. But for the most part, so much quality went into these dolls, and it was amazing. So why the hell did I... Meanwhile, again, I have the 17-inch Frankie, and I have the 28-inch Skeleta, just because I could. But the only actual doll I want, I want more dolls now. I would do nearly anything for one of Ghoulia and one of Operetta. But the only one I ever bought was Nathan Rotz. And this is so weird, because when I was a kid, I had boy dolls when I was a kid, but mainly it was like the Bratz dolls, because I just wanted all the Bratz dolls. I was a Bratz kid growing up, for sure. I liked Barbie, but I loved Bratz. But I didn't really like the boy dolls very often, and I don't know why, but I just didn't. But when I saw Freaky Fusion, I fell in love with Nathan. And I wanted something Nathan Rotz, so it was actually at a local Comic-Con here. It was in Paragould, Arkansas, a couple years ago. And I snagged this one. I want to say, I know I paid more than retail for it. I want to say I paid like $30, I don't care. I think it retailed for like $20. But it's amazing, and I love it. So Nathan was only shown in like one movie, but I don't care. So this movie was about monsters either being fused together or being born fused together. So he's a hybrid, so he was born this way. He's half zombie, half unicorn. I mean, come on. Half zombie, half unicorn. I don't know if you guys can see his horn in the packaging. But it has, they always have the bios of them, like, my dad's a zombie and my mom's a unicorn, which makes me what I like to call a zombie-acorn. So, all of them, every doll had a little bio here, and it, like I just read, it was like in first person. And then it shows a little bit about the series itself, and then in the box you can see back here a diary. All Monster High dolls came with a diary, and it was basically like a little, it was their diary. It was where they wrote about their best friends and what was happening at school and stuff like that. It's really freaking cool. I love this doll so much. And again, look at the sculpting. You guys can see, like, one side of his face is perfectly smooth, and then you can see the zombie half, like the muscles on that side of the face. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to the quality of the sculpting in Monster High. No other doll brand would have made... This is the only Nathan Rott doll they ever made. Like, Frankie, they reused the mold for the other Frankie dolls. This one they never did. This is amazing. I absolutely love this doll so freaking much. This is why this is the only doll that's not in storage of the Monster High ones that I have. But again, I would really love to have a Ghoulia or an Operetta one day, or both, or Abby. Those top three are the ones I want the most. But I am so happy I have Nathan. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna want to watch this movie now again after this. The only other doll I have, it's not a fashion doll, but it's a plushie doll. So this is Ghoulia Yelps in plushie form. So they made a whole bunch of these plushies. I want to say they made like a ragdoll version too, with like button eyes that looked a little bit more like Lala Loopsy. And I think I actually might have a Count Fabulous one of this too. That's in storage. I just now remember that. Yeah, I think I have a Count Fabulous one too. But you can see here there was definitely a Frankie and a Draculaura made. But I only got the Ghoulia, because again, Ghoulia was my favorite character. And at the time, I would rather have a plushie doll than a normal doll, fashion doll, but, I mean, I still love this thing, but I still want a fashion doll now, too. And all the boxes, you can see, a lot of them were, like, coffin-shaped, like this. And the same went for the fashion dolls. They made a lot of them coffin-shaped as well. Just anywhere where they can put a coffin-shaped something into the series, they would totally do it. And I absolutely love it. So, Oh, this is so cute. She actually hangs out like right up here. I'm going to have to move her when I get my Hot Girl statue in, because that's what this shelf is where I'm going to be putting the Hot Girl statue. So I'm definitely going to have to rearrange some stuff and try to find a new prominent place for her that I can see her very often. Because no joke, I put her there because I know every time I sit down here to film, when I get up, I can look straight up. I have a problem. But finally, so we're to the last of it now. There was a blind bag series on Monster High called Monster High Minis, and here is the playset for it. So most of them, again, were blind boxes, but they came out with this single playset for it, which was meant to be the school. So it comes with one exclusive Draculaura figure where she's dressed up like a little schoolgirl with a little tie and stuff, like a bow tie and stuff. And for some reason, apparently at Monster High, they just have the toilet like right out in the open. Like, look, that's a toilet. And it's a toilet with a face on it. I don't know if you guys can see it because the lid is up on this thing, but if you look at the back, the toilet's got eyes on it. And it's hilarious. So there was like a little rocking chair here, and there was the creepateria. It was called the creepateria, not cafeteria. And there's a little skeleton person up there, and the weird lightning bolt clock hands. This was so freaking cute. Again, none of this has ever been taken out of box, and I'm keeping it that way. But I'll probably never get rid of it either because it's just so darn cute. For so long, I was not wanting to get it because I don't collect very many playsets unless they're like Lego or something. But this one, I was like, it's too cute. I actually totally forgot about this until literally just now. But I also have the carrying case. I totally forgot that I had the carrying case. And I actually have some minis in here. I need to put more in here. But no joke, I totally forgot about this till literally just now. It was good thing it's right behind me. But yeah, there was a Monster High mini carrying case that they made for this thing, and hopefully none of them will fall out. If I can get it open. Here we go. So this was where you could keep some of your characters. So which one's this one? Claudine? Yeah. So it was throughout the two series. There was Series 1 and Series 2. And they took a whole bunch of the random characters that they made, and they would just add something to them, just to make them more unique. So they had a normal Claudine with her regular outfit, then they had Mermaid Claudine. And up here is I think they call this, Candy. A Candy Catty Noir, who was like the music character. She loved to sing. She was the musician of it. Is there anyone else here we haven't talked about in any of them? Here's Frankie. I love this one. This was like the gem ghouls. It was always like ghoul, like Candy Ghoul, Mermaid Ghoul, something like that. But this one's like Frankie as a gem. So I guess it was like gem ghouls or something. Jeweled ghouls, maybe. I don't know. They had fruit ghouls. So here's Cleo as a freaking apple. And this is not all the ones I had. There is a random command hook. Bye-bye. This box is not filled with Wonder Woman stuff anymore. This stuff is filled with my Monster High minis. So I actually kept all the little coffins that they originally came with. So I think the pink ones were Series 1 and the blue ones were Series 2. So, yeah. Here is, what was this one? Katrine Demue, that's it. Katrine Demue, which we were all wanting to see in the Scarce movie, and she got like one line. That was literally one word, and we never saw her again in any of the movies. But we got enough to know that she was artistic one, though. So, and then they also made like a superhero ghoul. I think this is Laguna as a superhero. I was obsessed with these. I got literally all of them. I know I got all of Series 1. I don't think I got all of Series 2, though. I actually think I missed a few on that one. And there are more characters in here. I don't think we ever got an operetta, though. We never got an operetta. We never got a Ghoulia. Operetta was music too. She was more rockabilly. She was more country. Ghoul, that I absolutely fell in love with. Oh, and Monica. I forgot about Monica. She was the villain in the reboot series. And I just... This was me as a kid. There were so many little things that I loved to collect as a kid. And I bought a whole bunch of blind bag stuff when I first started collecting. But none of it was anywhere close to the passion I had when these guys came out. Because it was just so awesome. I loved each and every one of them. If you guys go back to October, I actually took a couple of my Monster High minis and made like little coffin beds for them out of resin. So if you guys haven't checked out that video yet, you can. I need to just put a couple of these and put them in here and then put them somewhere on display. Because literally, this thing has been in the back corner and I keep forgetting about it. I put it back there so I could put more minis in there and put it on display, but I never did. I need to do that. When I reorganize the shelves again, I need to do that. Because I still haven't done like the actual, like, I've done the pop shelves, but I haven't done the upper shelves yet. So I need to put this somewhere where I can remember. But anyway, I'm not going to go through every single one of these minis, because that would take for freaking ever. But, and oh, I forgot about Ari. If any character I see, I will see Ari. Ari was the music character. I'm forgetting all the music characters in the reboot series. So, she posed as a human for a little while, and then turned out she was a ghost. So, but anyway, in the next video, I will be talking about the reboot. The person who suggested these actually talked about, maybe doing all of the movies. I'm not going to go that far, but I do have opinions on the reboot and how it could have been better. But anyway, guys, so I know a lot of you aren't really into Monster High, but hopefully for those of you who are, you got a big kick out of this, and maybe you forgot that some of this stuff existed, or maybe you didn't know. I absolutely love my Monster High collection. I just wish it was more. I honestly do. But anyway, I absolutely love this stuff, and I hope you guys at least got a little bit of a kick out of it. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Remember, like always, it's a community, not a competition. I'll see you later. Bye.